Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Tia. I'm an intuitive empath, a clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and I've been guided here to YouTube to share my gifts for your benefit as you proceed in your pathway. I am proceeding with March's messages a little late, and my apologies for that. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm a single mother and I'm self-employed, and I've had a number of things come up in the last couple of weeks that have caused delays. Not to make any excuses, they were just things I needed to move through. But they were helpful, and I gained a good measure of insight and clarity that I think will benefit the readings today. So we'll proceed. This particular reading is for Gemini, and I'm hoping to wrap up the rest of the signs readings by tomorrow. Okay, so if you viewed the other videos that I've posted already for March, then I started with a message from the Lightworker Oracle. Before I do that, I did just want to touch base about celestial occurrences that are impacting the planet at the current moment. So we are concluding Pisces season at the moment. So it's in a very emotional time. Our feeling centers are very activated. So you may have experienced a good measure of emotion and sentimentality that has surfaced over the last 20 days or so. And if you have been feeling hyper emotional, just understand that it's partly due to that, to being in Pisces season. Last night was the 9th, and we just experienced the full moon in Libra. And that particular full moon was really about bringing subconscious or hidden fears to the surface of our conscious awareness. So if you've experienced, as I have recently in the last several days, any kind of fear, for me it was related to financial fear and professional fear. That's how it resonated for me, but these can be in any area of your life. So that particular energy with the full moon is serving a purpose, and that's to bring these areas that we still need to work on to our conscious awareness so that we can make different choices or assess the plane in just a different way that will be more helpful for us as we move forward. Additionally, we are approaching the spring equinox. So this is a balancing of light and dark energies. So as I've said before on this channel, light and dark are necessary elements to create a cohesive whole. So we all have positive and negative experiences that we move through, and those are there by design. It's because of the interplay between light and dark that we're able to grow into the beings that we came here to be. So as we approach the spring equinox, know that any negative experiences or fears or anything like that you're experiencing, that there will be a leveling out of those energies with light energies, with more positive energies. So you can expect a sort of balancing out in your emotions and an introduction of more positivity and optimism. And then, we're moving into just the new season, and there brings more light. So generally speaking, we tend to come outdoors a lot more often at this time. And because of that, receiving more light, interacting more with people in our social circles, because the extension of the daytime provides more opportunity to do that. And we're also moving into Aries season, so moving into a time that's more action oriented. So taking those emotions and putting them into play to take action steps towards accomplishing goals or objectives that maybe we've gleaned insight during this very intuitive time that Pisces affords us. And to continue with sort of the theme of new times, we have the new moon on the 24th. So it's just a moment of taking action within the beginning of new cycles. So this may come up more in the reading, but I wanted you just to be aware of what is happening celestially, because those do have impact on us in the physical plane. So for Aries, we're going to start with a message from the Oracle. And this month I'm not reading from the book. I was guided just to read the messages intuitively. So we will see what the Oracle has for you. I'm sorry, this is for Gemini. And we get the Ascension card, the Rainbow Bridge, which is a really awesome card. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the term ascension, I'd encourage you to do more research on it. But this is essentially an energy that's about developing into a greater place of being. So here on this earth plane, we're all eternal, limitless, spiritual beings having temporary human experiences. And part of what the ascension process is first and foremost recognizing the truth of that for yourself, and then stepping into all that being a limitless, eternal spiritual being affords us in human form. So the message that I'm getting first and foremost for you, Gemini, is that you're moving into a time where you're accepting this truth about yourself, or maybe just being introduced to this concept. This is part of your new cycle, and that you're actively engaging with processes, with energies, with information that's going to open you up more to the magnitude of potential that you possess as a spiritual being. So the Rainbow Bridge is a term that's used to refer to the process of ascension. So if you can, picture a rainbow and going through that arc, you're ascending to a higher place of being, a place of more energetic resonance, a higher vibration, so to speak. The other message I'm getting is that this is a time to really engage with practices that are going to help you clear your chakras. So if you notice all of those beautiful rainbow colors, each of those colors are frequencies or vibrations that do associate to all of the chakras. So starting at the bottom, you have red, which is your root chakra, the orange for your sacral, the yellow for your solar plexus, green for your heart chakra. They have indigo here, but it's usually blue, a dark blue color for your throat chakra, and then the violet for your third eye or your pineal gland, so your third eye chakra. There is some variance you may find out there. So some people see the third eye as the indigo color. I started with that understanding, and then I don't know, at some point about a year ago, I was shown that at least for myself, my third eye chakra it's more violet. But essentially the message here is to engage in practices like meditation that help you to clear and balance your chakras, because it's when that happens that energy is able to move through your physical form more clearly. And when we're balanced energetically in that way, our abilities open up, our intuitive abilities, our ability just to perceive situations in the physical reality and make sense of them in a more meaningful, positive way. So that's just to get you started. Okay, so next we're gonna look at being that the full moon in Libra is really about bringing to the conscious mind any fears that are hidden in our subconscious. We're gonna check in on that energy and see what fears you may be engaging with at the present moment. So Spirit, what fears are coming up for Gemini? All right, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. And I'm going to check the reversals. And we're going to keep that. And we're we're going to keep that as well. Okay. So the first message I'm getting around fears that are coming up to the surface really have to do fear of judgment, the judgment of other people. I am getting a message that you have held a fair amount of confidence in your recent past or at the present moment, but that the fears you're experiencing have to do with external energies that are real or perceived. So these could just be perceived judgments of others that you are experiencing. These are judgments that you perceive as sort of attacking your sense of self, like who you are as a person. Yeah, and it's creating a fair amount of unsettling energy, like in your gut area. So your solar plexus is housed like right around your belly button area, or right above it. And so you're feeling sort of butterflies in your stomach, I'm getting, and like just an uneasiness that you feel is connected to maybe how others perceive you. It could also be that you're worried about what others are thinking or saying about you, like behind your back. And this could also be connected to actual experiences you're having in the physical with people saying things, communications or actions that were taken against you, to sort of try to upset your power. Just have you take a look at that. I am getting the message, because this card is in reverse, that these are more perceived fears than actual things that are taking place in the physical reality. Okay. And then the 9 of Pentacles. You have a fear of so this is an energy that's about you being stable in the earth plane. And so your fear is about you being stable and secure in the earth plane. So money, for some of you, I'm getting that's certainly related to money. For some of you, it's related to a sense of independence. And I am being kind of drawn back to this, perceived fears, the judgments of other that are really about who you are as a person. But I'm hearing the word independence, and the 9 of Pentacles is certainly an energy that is a very independent and self-secured and stable energy. On its own, it's generally a very positive energy. But because this came out as we're looking at your fears, the message I'm getting is that you're not feeling super confident in and of yourself at this moment. There's a fear of not feeling as independent as you would like, of not, I'm hearing earnings. So definitely for some of you, at least, this is about, this is related to money and feeling as though there is not enough at the present moment. I'm going to clarify these two. And then the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the fear I'm getting with that is that you're feeling, the Knight of Pentacles is about communication coming to you. And that there's a fear that you're not going, I'm hearing reciprocity. So there's some kind of communication that you'd like or that you're expecting, and there's a fear that it won't be received, or I'm hearing reciprocity. So that maybe this is some kind of communication that is not going to be returned. Let's pull clarifiers. The 3 of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, I'm feeling more resonance with the 3 of Cups upright, so we're going to turn that around. I'm getting, again, more resonance with this Ten of Swords upright, so I'm going to turn that around as well. Okay, so the Three of Cups to clarify this Seven of Swords in reverse. So yeah, the Three of Cups is an energy that is, it's an energy of coming together with others in celebratory fashion. It's a jubilant kind of energy. To clarify the Seven of Swords in the area of fears, I feel this is a confirmation of the message I received initially, which is that, you know, this is related to other people, perhaps with the change in seasons and more people kind of getting out and about, more opportunities for social interaction. I am getting a message that there's fear of engaging more socially because you've been judged before, or because of the perceived judgments of others. And that this is sort of making it so that you're feeling a pull to be more social, but there is an underlying hesitance to do so because of this perceived judgment of others. I'm getting, for some of you, it isn't necessarily perceived, these are real experiences, but that because you have had real experiences, there's a perception that this is sort of repetitive and ongoing in other areas with other people as well. And then the Knight of Cups to clarify the Nine of Pentacles. So the Knight of Cups this is a message about an offer being made in the physical that has a lot of feeling. Oh, interesting. Okay, so to clarify the Nine of Pentacles in this area of fear, I am getting that, so there is, I'm getting the strong message that there is perhaps a connection, and that there's a lot of feeling in this connection, but there's, like what I was saying before, there's a fear of perhaps losing one's independence, or there's, okay, so for some of you, that's what it is. And then for others of you, there's a desire to make an offering, a heartfelt offering to someone, to tell someone how you're really feeling. But there's fears about where you are individually in and of yourself in the earth plane. So maybe there is a fear of communicating your feelings to this individual because you don't feel very balanced. You don't feel secure. Like you don't feel like you have enough to offer. And then the Ten of Swords to clarify this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Ten of Swords is a card that's about suffering and pain and at the hands of others. And that is underlying, yeah, okay, so connected to this as well. That's why, okay, so the Knight of, so there's a lot of feeling you're experiencing, but there is a hesitance to truly express the extent of those feelings or to really like make an offering because of your past experiences related to relationships. You've been stabbed in the back. You've been sort of left, I'm hearing like wounding, like you've been left to sort of just hold the bag and lick your own wounds. And that because of these past experiences, and not just with relationships, just with other people in general, that there's a hesitance to sort of open yourself up in this way. A message, like the Ten of Swords, yes, this happened, but tens are about new cycles. And as I began with the video, like we're moving into a time of new cycles, you know, with the equinox, moving into Aries, which is a very passionate, fiery energy that has a way of really igniting passions and connections. And so there is a message kind of closing out this little fear section that to keep in mind that what's in the past is in the past, and that we can't move forward into a new beginning until we've learned the lessons we need to from those experiences, and then let go of any energetic attachments to the past or to the people that played a part in these experiences, so that we can move forward into the new experiences without the baggage. Okay, where do we go next? they want me to continue looking at this. Oh, new cycles. So they want me to look into what new cycles are beginning for you to hopefully provide you some assurance that can help you see why it's really important that you do this work to let go of past experiences and fears and hurts and pains and betrayals, because they want you to see what's coming for you. They are drawing my attention back up to that Ascension Oracle card. There's a need to clear and balance your chakras, and that doing so will help you to release some of these emotional attachments you have to past experiences. What is this? The King of Cups in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. I have the deck reversed. Okay. Do I? Let's double check that. I do. Okay. I'm gonna check them anyway. Yeah, okay, we're taking these all upright. And I asked them about this card, the first one leading the reading, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and if that, and then that, and this Knight of Pentacles, but they said that these, and I did check them, that those need to stay in reverse. So, interesting. Just the way it happens. Okay, so these are new cycles. So the King of Cups. So the message is that you are moving forward into a time where you can express your feelings in a really balanced way, in a very secure way. You know, the King of Cups is an energy that is very secure in how they feel, and they can express their feelings with compassion, with a level of grace that is honest, but isn't necessarily vulnerable. And then the Chariot, you know, the Chariot is about success and victory. You know, you're moving into a period of time where the light is shining. I am being drawn to, in this particular deck, the Chariot is represented by these two horses, the two horses that would pull the Chariot. And it's significant to me that they seem part of a pair, or two parts of a pair, that there is companionship is the word I'm hearing. And so it's a time of success in relationships. I am getting a strong message about romantic relationships, and I think it's interesting that it falls right underneath that Knight of Cups that came out earlier. And the message here is that this will be a really positive experience. You know, see the sun at the top here, and the sun is really all about happy energy and positive energy and life-giving energy. And the Ace of Swords. You know, this is about, the aces are about new beginnings. This is about confidence. This is about taking positive actions for yourself. This is about being in your power. You're moving into a really positive, confident, high vibrational time. And you'll be taking actions for yourself in a way that you haven't before. And the message that I'm getting is that you're moving in the right direction, to trust yourself because you've made the right choices up to this point, that all the choices that have preceded this moment have put you on a particular pathway, and that is going to continue to guide you towards your highest good and greatest joy. Okay, let's clarify those. And I have, okay. Clarify these messages for me, Spirit. New cycles for Gemini. Interesting. These wands, we'll check that. the Nine of Swords, and the World. Am I in the same situation here? Nope, we're going to check those though. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more resonance there. I'm getting a lot more resonance for the Nine of Swords in reverse, so we'll leave that. And we're going to take the World card upright. Okay, so yeah, all right. So what I'm getting a couple of different messages for this Ace of Wands to clarify the King of Cups. The first message is that something has manifested for you in the physical plane. I'm hearing unexpected. I'm hearing that this is a gift from the divine that appeared seemingly from out of nowhere, that's putting you in this place to step into this new role as the King of Cups. And then for the other message I'm getting is that this is a person that, okay, so I am getting that for some of you, this energy is a person. Ace of Wands is wands are about our spirituality, and that perhaps this person is very spiritual in nature, and they're inspiring in certain ways, and it's bringing you into a place where you can connect more, not just with your spirituality, but also with your emotional centers. The underlying this new beginning for you as the King of Cups, right? This is a progression in the Tarot. You know, you start at the Child, or you know, one of the lesser cards, and then you move up to a place of mastery, and the King represents a place of mastery. So as you're moving into this new cycle where you're stepping into yourself, into a place of emotional mastery, because the King of Cups is all about emotional mastery, the underlying that movement and progress forward is this energy of spirituality, and certainly for some of you, a connection with someone who is very spiritual. And for others of you, it's about just doors for you spiritually opening up in a way that they haven't previously. And that's opening you up to new perspectives, I'm hearing. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse to clarify the Chariot. So, and they're reminding me of this Ten of Swords card up here. And, you know, the Nine of Swords is about worrisome energy that keeps you up at night, about fears and preoccupations with things that are overwhelming you. And these, again, may be real things that have taken place in the past, or they're perceived fears. And these are anxious energies that are coming to an end. So this card is in reverse in the message, and you know, the 9 precedes 10. So the message is that those anxieties and fears, whatever has been holding you back previously, those energies are coming to a close. They're reminding me now of Pisces, so you've been maybe experiencing more of these concerns and fears in recent weeks. But that we're moving into a new time, and that you'll be able to overcome those feelings and those trappings of mind, I'm hearing, so that you can step forward into this really victorious, happy time. And the World, to clarify the Ace of Swords, the World is also a very spiritual energy. And again, it's about new beginnings. And the message here is that you're moving into a really super, I'm hearing abundant, I'm hearing fertile, I'm hearing happy time. And I'm hearing that, like, maybe this is something that you've never really experienced before, just a place in your life where I'm hearing where you are not plagued by some kind of trial or tribulation or fear. I'm hearing confidence. So the message here is like, this is a whole new place for you. This is a whole new world. They're reminding me of the song from Aladdin, and that this really is something completely foreign. And so it does make sense that you're experiencing some anxiety, but the message is to trust the pathway that you've essentially chosen for yourself and set yourself up on. To either draw me back to this Chariot card, to trust that you've selected the right horses to pull you forward. Yeah, oh, and I just looked at the clock, 12:22. So, and twos are all about new beginnings. Twos are about balance and harmony, and twos are also about partnerships. So a confirmation about romantic connections. Okay, let's get final guidance for you, and we're going to use this other deck so that we can get the maximum amount of messages that we can for you. And I'm a little over, but it's okay. So guidance for Gemini at this time, Spirit. The Maiden, the Eight of Earth, and the Journey. And they do want me to clarify. Okay, they want me to use this deck, which is interesting. All right, so the first message for guidance for you, Gemini. Ooh, I can't really see those. I'm just going to shove these up so we can see this last round of messages. So the Maiden is a cautious energy. Oh, and this is the deck I had reversed. So, Two of Swords, the Queen of Cups. So we have a pair. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups on the table, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so guidance for you, the Two of Swords to clarify the Maiden. So the message I'm getting is to trust. You know, the Two of Swords is an energy of trusting even when you can't see the outcome. I'm getting like trusting how you're feeling. You know, this green ribbon is green is the color of the heart chakra. And so understanding that at the center of all of this is your heart, and to trust your heart over your mental energies. You know, the mind can play tricks on us. The mind gets attached to things. And rather than allow yourself to get stuck in actions in the past or words in the past, to trust, see how the ribbon, it's holding these things together, but it's overlaying them, and it's on the top. You see that over the metal of the swords. And that clarifying the Maiden. So it's the message I'm really getting is that to be more in the Maiden energy, that's about curiosity, that's about seeking adventure, that's about leaving the comforts of home, you know, to pursue adventures and the unknown, rather than being in a place where you're hyper cautious because of past experiences. And then the Queen of Cups to clarify the Eight of Earth. So the Eight of Earth is about, you know, being confident in the physical plane. It's a message, again, I think confirming what we got earlier, that you are moving into a super prosperous time, but you're moving into a time where you're going to be really sure-footed. Again, all of the green, to really trust your heart, to listen to your intuition rather than your mind. You know, the Queen of Cups is a very intuitive energy. It's a very emotional. And the Queen, just like the King, is very balanced in their feelings. Both the King and the Queen are not afraid to express how they feel, because there's a strong sense of self. So the message with these cards is really trust what you're feeling, and trust who you are and where you've come, or how far you've come, you are moving into a very abundant time. And there's a lot of possibility and joy and freedom in this time that you have to experience that is essentially being laid at your feet. The only thing that'll prevent you from those experiences is fear. And then the Journey card clarified by the Ten of Wands. That's interesting. So, okay, so the message I am getting is that you're